Most people walk 10,000 steps outside. Today I've decided to walk 10,000 steps on my 80-inch rug. I go outside every day to hit 10,000 steps for fat loss. But today I wanted to see what would happen if I walked 10,000 steps on my 80-inch rug. So there are 3 rules to this challenge. 1, I have to stay on the rug. 2, I have to complete 10,000 steps. And 3, if I do leave the rug for whatever reason, to get a drink, to go to the toilet, I have to take my step tracker off and then put it back on when I return to the rug to make sure they all count. So let's get into it. As I'm walking, just for context, I'm going to show you the size of the rug from my point of view. So I'm at the edge right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's pretty much 3 of my footsteps. So 80 inches, by the way, I think is about 6 foot. So I'm 5'4", so this rug is only slightly taller than my height. And the inspiration for this challenge today came from about 6 months ago. I was really badly depressed, and my anxiety was really bad. I woke up one morning and I was supposed to go out for a walk and do my steps, because you can probably see from my recent videos I'm really good with my walking now. I go out in nature, I do go outside and stuff. But this one morning a few months ago I couldn't go out, so I thought, not only have I woke up feeling bad, I'm going to feel even worse because I was supposed to do something today and now I'm not going to be able to do it, which was my steps. So I thought, actually, I'm going to do my steps in my living room, which I'll show you a clip of. And at the time, I thought that was pretty impossible, because normally when I walk outside to do steps, I feel like it's quite an effort then, 10,000 steps. And especially when you're a bit heavier in your weight and stuff, you get out of breath quicker and you might get chafing, like your thighs are rubbing and stuff like this. So I thought, if I can do that, 10,000 steps in my living room, which is about 12 foot, by the way, I can next time go out quite easily and smash steps outside. And then I thought, I felt really good after I'd done it. It was such an achievement. And when you have a win, I kind of built momentum where I was like, okay, I've done my 10,000 steps, I'm feeling good. Now I want to make sure I drink all my water. So although I was really depressed and anxious that day, that win actually did build momentum for me to carry on. And I remember the next day, I went back out fine. And if you imagine doing 10,000 steps in your living room, then going outside and you've got all this space, it was actually pretty easy the next day. So yeah, I just thought, what about if I do it on my rug? So I'm not really feeling depressed or anxious or anything at the moment. I'm just sort of reminding myself, you know, that sometimes things are hard, but it doesn't mean we can't do it. Like the thought of walking 10,000 steps on this rug right now, yeah, this is long. I've done how many steps have I done? Over 3,000 now, 3,000 steps. This is going to take ages, but you know, gotta have that mindset, challenge yourself. I'm just taking a little break on my rug. I'm getting really bored actually just walking on this rug. So I'm just having a 10 minutes refresh on this book I've read at the beginning of the year. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, I always highlight sections of the book, and I'm just refreshing. If you're on a journey or you're trying to start something, but you're stuck, you don't know how to do something, you don't know where to start, you are not consistent, you always start something and then you stop, like, this book really will get you in the right mindset, and it will get you on the right path to start. And I just want to share two things he talks about. One is when we're trying to become 1% better. So there's something called the aggregation of marginal gains, which is the philosophy where searching for tiny margins of improvement in everything you do. And he relates this to a story about the British cycling team to begin with. So there's someone called Dave Brailsford that came in as a performance director to improve the performance of the British cycling Olympic team back in 2003, because they were performing so bad that even the top European manufacturers didn't want to sell to the team. They didn't want their brands to go downhill and be associated with them. So Dave Brailsford came in, and when we're talking about 1% better and improvements in everything, he really broke everything down to the types of shorts the bikers were wearing, like to keep their, they tried heated shorts so their muscles were a certain temperature. They had like surgeons come in to teach them how to wash their hands so they don't get ill. They tried special alcohol in the tires to test the grip. They even went as far as looking into like mattresses and pillows and sleep quality. So they broke every area down of the bike, looking for all these areas of improvement which would normally be overlooked. And by 2008, the British Olympic team won 60% of the gold medals in Beijing. So being 1% better every day, like, in the past, I've always tried to look at the end goal where I just want the outcome. But it's like, for example, a few months ago, I had a really messy kitchen and I just couldn't bring myself to like tidy it all in one day. So what I did is, like, day by day, one day I'd take the bins out, the next I'd clean the worktops, the next I would brush the floor, the next I would put all the dishes away. Like, I'd done something small every day. And since then, like, I don't get overwhelmed, and my kitchen is constantly like clean now because I keep on top of it because I do something small every day. And when we're talking about, for example, weight loss and habits and what does progress look like, how many times have you tried to do something? I'll talk about weight loss in this example because this is what I resonate with. I've been on a diet so many times, and you think, oh, I've gone running 3 times a week, I've gone to the gym 2 or 4 times a week, I have stuck with my diet 100%. Why am I not making any progress? It's been 3 months. So something I want to share is this example about what progress really looks like. I'm going to read it from the book. Imagine that you have an ice cube sitting in front of you on a table. The room is cold and you can see your breath. It is currently 25 degrees. Ever so slowly, the room begins to heat up. 26 degrees, 27, 28, and the ice cube is still on the table in front of you. 29, 30, 31 degrees, still nothing. The ice cube is still in front of you. Nothing's happened. 32 degrees, the ice begins to melt. A 1 degree shift, seemingly no different from the temperature increase before it, has unlocked a huge change. Breakthrough moments are often the result of many previous actions which build up the potential required to unleash a major change. And then he basically talks about small habits often appear to have no difference until you cross a critical threshold. And then it's saying that this is one of the reasons why it's so hard to build habits that actually last. People make a small few changes, fail to see a tangible result, and decide to stop. You think, I've been running every day for a month, so why can't I see any change in my body? Once this kind of thinking takes over, it's easy to let good habits fail by the wayside. But in order to make a meaningful difference, habits need to persist long enough to break through this plateau, which I call the plateau of latent potential. If you find yourself struggling to build a good habit or break through a bad one, it is not because you have lost your ability to improve. It is often because you have not crossed the plateau of latent potential. Complaining about not achieving success despite working hard is like complaining about an ice cube not melting. when heated from 25 to 31 degrees. Your work was not wasted, it's just being stored. All the action happens at 32 degrees. So when I first initially read that, that really inspired me and made sense to me. Like, all the hard work is not being wasted. When you're going out walking every day, when you're doing your meditation every day, and when you're sticking to your diet plan, when you're getting your sleep, when you're drinking water, like, all of these habits are not being wasted. They are doing you good, but it's just the build up. You have to get to like a certain level to finally see and notice the difference. And all of those good small habits and actions are being accumulated until you get to that breakthrough point, and then you notice the big change. So I thought, whilst I'm taking a little break, I'd share that in case anyone finds that useful if they're struggling. And yeah, I would highly recommend this. Also, when we're talking about becoming 1% better, it also states here about becoming 1% worse. Like, if you repeat 1% of the bad habits, like the errors you make, the mistakes, the excuses, that also accumulates where you can become worse. So 1% might not seem like a big difference, but it's when they accumulate and build up, good or bad, that's when big changes happen. I am on 9,800 steps. 200 more steps to go and then we are done. I'm so happy. Oh my God, I am so happy right now. I have done 10,000 steps on that tiny rug. Oh my God, and look at my hair as well. It's almost dark, it's pretty much dark, almost outside. I am just so pleased I've done that. And I like when I come up with something like this, like the 10,000 steps on the living room, now 10,000 steps on the rug. Like, when I say I'm gonna do something and I do it, I build trust in myself that I'm gonna stick with my word. So there was points where I was like, what am I doing, Steph? Like, why? But when you achieve what you were set out to do, you get such a great feeling. I'm so happy. I feel like I really deserve to sit down now. I'm going to have my dinner. I'm still on plan. I'll give you an update on the, of how it's all going, my weight loss and stuff. But yeah, this challenge today is done. And if you do any similar challenges, comment below. But that is for today's video. Peace.